Welcome back, guys. So there is a young lady who got hit by a metro in Germany. She's Ugandan. She was 23 years old, called Samantha. And a TikToker called Nachi claims to know everything about what happened. I am not sure if this is the truth, but let's listen to what she has to say. And I have a couple questions in my head that I need to react to.
Alright guys, listen, everybody's talking about how a Ugandan girl killed herself or was hit by a train in Germany, Samantha Twinomgisha. The story is actually more brutal than you think, and a lot of people are blaming depression, but no one is asking themselves why. Personally, I knew Samantha, and it's so crazy because she came into my DM 4 months ago. I put on my story, whoever wants me to follow them, speak now or forever hold your peace. Funnily, Samantha was one of those people. And then I followed her and we started talking and became friends. And she loved politics. She loved the scandals I was making. I don't even understand that I'm actually making content about someone I just talked to on Saturday. Like, this is crazy, guys. But Samantha didn't just go out. People drove her to whatever happened. And I'm here to tell you the story because I just talked to her mother for the last 3 hours and I can't sleep without sharing this. Alright guys, so Samantha Twinomgisha was born on 1st October 2002 in Mulago Hospital in Kampala.
Man, 2002. That's so young. Shit.
She grew up in Chiwanga, Mukono, and she went to Seta High School for O levels, where she was a prominent swimmer before going on to Nabisunsa Girls School for her A levels. She then got to Makerere University, where she was studying before she got a scholarship to go and study in Rhinowell, Cleveland, Germany. I don't know if I've pronounced that right. Yeah. So Samantha moves on to Germany and she's establishing herself. She was in her second year of education. Now, where did the issues brew from? Apparently, in Germany, there is a family, a host family, which usually calls people to gather together for events, Ugandans, and what shocked me is that these are other fellow Ugandans. Now, I'm just going to give the story briefly today, but tomorrow I'm going to make a longer video and also the mom will also give her side of the story, like the whole story. So, Samantha, this is what happened. In October, Samantha starts to call her mom, crying, saying, "Mommy, no one is believing me. No one understands what's going on. They are blaming me." And Mommy's like, "My daughter, what is going on?" Samantha explains that there's a family in Germany that organizes festival, and they were having Parko festival, where they invited other Ugandans to come. And then this lady, the owner of that family, asked Samantha to even gather and bring in some other people.
What does Mpako Festival mean? Exactly. Like, what do they do at the festival? Because usually festivals are about three things: sex, drugs, and booze. Like, basically, you just get wasted. That's what happens at festivals.
Now, Samantha did exactly that and also attended the event. But it is important to understand that this lady was always telling these girls that, "Can I share your numbers to other prominent men, to other prominent people in Germany, Ugandans, so you can get in touch and probably do business with them." So, Samantha is connected to a gentleman known as Jack. Funny, Jack lives in Belgium. Now, Jack gets in touch with Samantha and promises that he is going to what? To finance her business. They can work together. Samantha suggests a business for them to what? To start exporting things from Germany to Uganda. Which even the company they set up, guys, the website is also there. They start to do business. Business is doing well. But now, Jack starts to ask Samantha for love. Like, these men. Jack starts to ask Samantha for love. Meanwhile, Jack is an old-ass man who is married.
What is wrong with men?
And so is Elizabeth. These are old women, guys. I'm so sorry. I don't know what they are going to do about me. They are old women. This is why Gen Zs are losing respect for old generation. Like, there's nothing that works. Systems don't work. Marriages don't work. Nothing is working.
And I think this is like, I blame all this to the baby boomer and Generation X parents. These people, our fathers and mothers, they pretty much raised a generation of broken human being, and they are the reason why most of the systems don't work. They are the reason why families don't work. I'm gonna do a video about Shiba and her stealing a man, like as though you can steal a man. Thing is, there is a reason why everything is going down to shit. It's because baby boomer fathers, mostly, they are the reason why we are living in a really shithole generation. Anyway, let's continue.
So these people, Jack starts to ask Samantha for love. Samantha is like, I'm not interested in loving an old man. Now, Samantha reaches out to Mommy. It's like, Mommy, I want to do business with this guy. But you know, this thing is so crazy. And also she was talking to her other friends about it. So, Mommy's like, why don't you tell Elizabeth, the one who connected you, because she's the one who shared the numbers, and you tell her what this man is doing. Samantha is like, Mommy, Elizabeth doesn't understand. Mommy doesn't know Elizabeth is one of the part of the problem. So, these people, Samantha refuses to share what's going on with Elizabeth. But now, coincidentally, at the same time, Jack refuses to pay Samantha for the business deal they had just done. So, Samantha is texting Jack, saying, Jack, please pay me. We already did the job.
What kind of job, though? Because, yes, I understand people can do businesses and they can kick off really well. But I'm wondering, like, is it like a one-time payment? And what kind of job do you do, and it goes to pay you one time? And if you're like business, what's it called? If you're working together as a sort of like a company that you've started and stuff like that, sometimes there is like long-term gain, and short-term gain probably doesn't really. It's not the reason why you started the company or whatever. What kind of business is that you have to like get paid only once, and that's it? We are not working together anymore.
Jack's wife finds his phone. Jesus Christ. So upon Jack's wife checking his phone, he finds that Samantha is asking Jack for the money. But the money was actually truly for the business they had done. Because Samantha had already said, I don't want love things with what? With old men. Samantha is 23 years old, guys. These people are married.
Truth is, I'm not trying to castigate anybody, but I'm just saying that there is so much missing in this story, like quite a lot missing. And I'm not trying to blame anybody, really, like, but something is missing.
Old, living in Europe. They are Ugandans. So the lady is confronting the husband, be like...
And also, why would a 23-year-old want to associate with a grown man, like a freaking grown man? What kind of business are they going to do? Like 2002, that's when you was born. I would work with young kids who were born like in 2002, but I'm only going to be giving them direction on how to run my business, not how to associate and start a business with them. Like, you know what I'm talking about?
What are you doing with this girl? Who is she? Blah, 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 blah. The husband is trying to explain, we are doing business together. Said, I am not having it. Said, you know what? I know who connected you. Elizabeth, who hosts the Ugandan parties. So Jack's wife reaches out to Elizabeth and asks Elizabeth, what is going on? Who is this girl? Do you know her? And Elizabeth is like, yes. Now, through Jack's phone, she starts to threaten what? Samantha. And Samantha immediately blocked. Now, the mother says, upon them failing to reach Samantha through Jack, they now reached out to Elizabeth. to tell her about to continue with what? Pushing for Samantha to leave the other guy's marriage alone. Meanwhile, Elizabeth is also married to Isaac. Isaac also wanted to be with Samantha. So Isaac is also calling Samantha to be like, oh, so you couldn't love me, but then you love Jack.
So this whole thing now starts from ideally the festival. This is where she meets all these men and these families and stuff like that. Now, why is it that every man is now fighting for this girl? Like, it doesn't make sense. What kind of business were they doing?
These are two old, grown-up, married men. And so, the wives of these two crazy men start to send threats to Samantha. You know how they be. To try and teach her a lesson. You are a young girl, you will learn a lesson. You will literally, guys, it's literal death threats. I have the last note that Samantha, or some of the messages that Samantha shared with her mom. And literally one of the messages, she says, no one is fighting for me. No one believes me. There's a family in Belgium accusing her for destroying their marriage. There's another family here in Germany accusing her for destroying her marriage. She's just 23 years old.
Now, why is this string following her? Like, why is it that this family, that family, this family is all blaming her for this thing, and she's not really doing whatever they say that she's doing? And I'm not saying that she did it. I'm just asking questions. Like, why is everything happening the way it's happening?
And just because that one day some grown-ass men couldn't keep it in their pants, a young girl's life is ended. And so Elizabeth, Jack's wife, Jack, Isaac, all of them call Samantha, accusing her for everything that's going on. Guys, on Sunday, Samantha, she was hit by the train in Germany. And we'll wait for the rest of the story when the mother is strong enough to talk about it. But we continue to pray for her. And Samantha, I am not going to keep quiet, girl. I'm not going to keep quiet.
So to me, this whole thing really seems sketchy, and there are people who should really be called down to answer some questions. A young girl who has a whole life ahead of her cannot just come out in the morning and she's like, now I want to die, and she kills herself. Why were these women following her? Was she really sleeping with these men as these women were claiming? Did she really end these families and did they break up and stuff like that? There has to be some answers gotten and questions asked. A young girl cannot just die like that. May her soul rest in peace, and please like the video and subscribe, and see you in the next one.